Welcome to Naked and Afraid. I'm Bobby Lawrence, and this is Ronald May. Again, it's kind of the title of the show.
Yes.
We're really, before God, we're stripped naked of our self-righteousness.
Yes.
We're bears naked before Him. And are we afraid? Or are we just like,
Yes.
me and Him have a great understanding. I made my peace with the man upstairs, or the old man upstairs. There's no awe of God. You take the first church, there was 2 people killed for basically lying in the New Testament. Is God's power weak today compared to then? We say at our church services, oh man, God moved, but really did He? Or was it emotion?
Yes.
Was it feelings? Because in those days, boy, things happened. Could you imagine 2 people dropping dead in the middle of your service?
Well, when you predecess what you're talking about there, people had everything in common. And they were gathering all their belongings. They sold houses, they sold land, they sold possessions, and they put it all in this one commonwealth. That's a little different than today. You know what I'm saying? That people were willing to give up everything.
Well, now, some liberals have pointed that and say, this is why we need socialism. Well, what was going on there, that was for the church.
Yes, it was.
Not for a government that's going to hold us gun to our head and make us. And you say, when's the government going to hold a gun? Don't pay your taxes and see. They'll come pick you up and put a gun to your head and make you pay those taxes or throw you in jail. That was for the church.
Yes.
So when you hear these politicians talk about socialism, it's a great thing. It's failed in 41 other countries, and most people don't even realize America, when we had colonies, one colonies picked socialism. And what ended up happening, everybody got everything equal. Well, doggone, if I'm getting equal pay, I'll just lay around and do nothing. I'm still getting paid the same. Until they almost starved to death, and a pastor started reading the Bible, and he said, guys, a man that don't work don't eat. And they changed the system to capitalism. So socialism has already been tried in America, and it's failed. And it's funny, we want to go back to it, and they'll use the scripture to say that. But it's Christians, it's the church's job to take care of the hungry and the poor, not to go vote for a government to do it for us. That's another cop-out. We either want God, oh God, you go do this, or hey God, you go take care of the poor. Or if we can't do that, well, let's get the government to go do that. I don't mind paying, I just don't want to do it.
Well, you said a lot of stuff there. You did. You said a lot of stuff there.
Are you saying I'm running my mouth?
No, the government wants to use scripture. The liberal side of political realm wants to use scripture for socialism, but they want to cherry pick that scripture, but they don't want to define who gets the money. If a woman was a widow and she was of childbearing age, she was to go get married and let the husband take care of her.
Right.
There was no such thing as a man being able to work of working age ever getting welfare from the church.
Yeah.
The widows that were getting the quote welfare from the church gave their lives to prayer and ministry. So these same liberals that are wanting to say this is a biblical concept of socialism, they're not using the Bible to define who that is.